welcome back to the Immature Adults YouTube channel. I am your host, Brianna.
And I'm your host, Kiara.
And welcome back. We appreciate y'all coming back this week for a new episode. So, if y'all watched our last week's episode, you know we talked a lot about things we learned in 2020, but also goals that we have set for this year. We got some savings goals, some budgeting goals that we want to accomplish this year. And so Kiki is gonna give us some tips on how we can accomplish those goals because Bree ain't got none. And so I have my pen and paper here. I'm gonna take notes and I'm listening because your girl do alright, but she could do better. So, amen for growth.
Amen.
And so Kiara is gonna help us get our financial health together. Just some tips to kind of get us started. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 2021, baby. We trying to do it this year. We trying to do it. All right.
Thank you for that introduction, Brown. These are gonna be some quick, easy tips. Nothing
easy. I love easy.
Nothing too extensive. Listen,
because
I am not Dave Ramsey. I mean, because I'm better, but you're not gonna get a whole book. These are just some easy things that I did, especially when I was first starting with my savings goals, because it was kind of like I'm getting a big girl paycheck, and those first couple of months I was like, right. Like I was cashing out. I was like, it's gonna come back,
right?
I get back again next month, and I realized if we have an emergency,
right,
I ain't got no money. Right. I ain't saved nothing.
Right.
So I was like, I gotta do better. Let me get to savings. And these are some really quick and easy tips that I had kind of like when I started. The first one, it's really simple. You're gonna say, "Durr, Kiara," like, why are you saying this? But it's one of the biggest, most important parts. Pick a budget, and stick to it. And when I say pick a budget, pick one you can stick to. Don't just be picking one because that seems cool. I could do that. And be real. If you know you're not going to get in and out of Excel and update and keep track of what you spent, don't do it. If you know you're not going to be carrying around cash envelopes, don't do it. Like there are so many different ways to budget. Most of the time, they do the 50-30-20 method. 50% of your income goes to your needs. That's household things,
my bills,
your bills, like those things, things you have to spend money on. Like those are things that's going to go into that 50%. 30% will go to your wants. So I like to get my nails done. I like to get my hair done. I like to get the eyebrows done. I also, for a time or two like that with a nice little treat. That's that 30%. And then 20% is going to be savings. And it's the smallest percent, but the most important one. You start with that one. When you get your check, go ahead and put it directly into your savings. Yep. That way, what's left is money you can move around. Because some months, your necessities, you might be like, I ain't spending much on groceries. I'm going to slide it on over to the wall. And some months, you be like, I didn't really go do that much. Just, we in a pandemic. I didn't really go out. I got a fund for me to go get drinks. I ain't really do that. Let me slide it over here and go get me some prime cut meat and add it to my necessities or even to my savings. So you can play with this percentage and you can adjust as you go. And there are thousands of other ways. I mean, you can get apps. There are apps out there that you can just keep track. They'll actually connect to your bank account and let you know when you're spending too much in one area. And so it'll say, you've made an excessive amount of purchases on personal items. And you'll look at it and you're like, girl, I was just at TJ Maxx. And I have used those. I'm iffy about whether I like them or not because sometimes you don't know what I just bought at Walmart.
Right.
Because I went to Walmart and you put that in the grocery pile. But all I bought was them little $7 sweatshirts because I'm a Walmart fashionista. But it's still a good way for you to kind of keep track, and they'll send you alerts. It will be like ding 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 all up on your phone, all bothering you. You're looking at it, you're like, I know, girl, I know. But if you are, one of those people who are very, I want to look at each purchase, I want to see down to the penny what I spent. Try the Excel file. You go in there, look at your receipt, keep track of them. The cash envelope, which is what
I've seen a lot of that on social media.
My best friend makes them, and she loves using them. We went on vacation. She has a vacation fund that she's been putting money into each month. And when she went on vacation, that's what she was spending her money out of. We would stop and go eat. She would pull out her money and spend from there, but it's also a good way to stop yourself. Could say, hey, I only got $25 of in this vacation fund, so whatever else we doing, it needs to be free or very low.
Right.
And so it's just a way for you to physically be able to see what you're doing. Because when you open your little cash envelope and you say, wait a second, you start recounting, when did I spend? Or you looking at, you like,
I'm good.
dang.
I'll be like, oh, like when I open my bank app, I'm like, I ordered that from Amazon.
Girl, what? Yeah.
I spent that much. Like I swiped and I go, honey.
It's a good way to physically see what you're doing and to kind of keep yourself in check. So if you
helps you be conscious
of everything, because we are so, I feel like we do a lot of things unconsciously.
Okay.
So there are just, and I'm telling you, you could type in budgeting methods and people will give you a list of things they do. Go ahead, pick a budget, one that you can stick to, one that works for your lifestyle, and then stick to it.
Which I think too, if you're just starting to really budget and learn how to do this, it might take trying a couple of different ones to figure out which one works, because you might think, oh, this one worked for me, like it sounds like it'll be cool, but then in actuality it might not be the best, so it might take a couple of tries of different ones to figure it out. All right, so step 1, pick a budget, stick to it.
That's number 1. Number 2, and this is the one where I was like, it really hit me when I first started budgeting. You have to leave room for surprises. Your car might break down. You might have pipes burst at your house. Like, you just never know what's going to come up.
Lord.
And so it's very important that you leave room for surprises. So some people say, I budget down to the penny. You can do that, but have a surprise section on that. Because it was funny because when I first started really getting into savings, I was like, dang, all this random stuff keeps happening. Like, I gotta get 4 new tires. I didn't budget for that.
That ain't cheap, man.
I gotta 3 weeks later, I gotta get another tire. Like, you know how I am.
Yeah, that was your fault.
Is it? Or is it Memphis Street fault?
No, baby. Because I've been here just as long as you, and I ain't had to get no new tires.
You probably need some, though. So I have car trouble, lots of car trouble. So my surprises usually come in the form of a car problem. But you never know. So you have to leave room for surprises, because if you don't, you'll find yourself pulling from here and pulling from there, pulling from everywhere. Right. And you're like, oh, dang.
Or putting yourself more in debt because you didn't have the cash.
Or the little money that you got saved, now all of a sudden you're back at square one. And you're like, dang, I can never really save. You have to budget for surprises. Number 3 is how I do that. I have 2 savings accounts. I have one that's connected to my checkings account, and I have one savings account, which is a high interest savings account. It gets more interest than a normal savings at a bank. I have that one, which is connected to nothing. I have to actually go out there and log in. I have to be intentionally going through there to see what I have in that account. I'm just funneling money over there, out of sight, out of mind. It's like having a Swiss bank account. I imagine. I ain't there yet, but your girl gonna have one day. But
not a Swiss bank.
Yeah, girl, because I'm gonna have to have from the government.
I'm gonna say, what you doing with
all my coins?
She out here scamming folks.
I'm gonna have
go
to
back
run
and
away.
Watch this video. And they gonna say,
I'm just kidding, y'all.
Oh.
But no, I have 2 separate savings. So that one, the one that's in Neverland, I never really go check it because I don't want it to be in my mind like, girl, like I have money. I don't. That's for something important. What that important something is, I don't know. But that account I don't touch. And then I have the savings account that I have connected to my checkings account is for surprises. So I dedicate a certain amount. So you know we have that 20% from the 50, 30, 20. Let's say 15% of that 20 goes to the Neverland account. And then the one that's connected to my checking, I just take that little 5%, put it into that checkings account. So I have a savings account that I can easily access for the surprises. So that means like my car starts messing up. They're like, oh man, that'll be $1,200. 12. Take all my coins. And I pull it from that account. And so that's how I split up my savings. So I'm gonna commit to saving this amount of money, but part of it goes here and a part of it goes there. And so that kind of keeps me from pulling from that ultimate savings goal money, but while still having some ready for the surprises, because you just never know. Life is crazy. The next one is important as well. Adjust. Sometimes we say we're going to 50, 30, 20, and you realize that's unrealistic for my lifestyle. It's unrealistic. You can take that same 50, 30, 20 and make it work for you. You might have the cash envelopes and you say, I want to put $40 into this one and $50 into this one and $300 into that one, and you realize this isn't going to work. Be gracious with yourself and adjust. You have to adjust, or you lose your job, or you get a raise. Like, you're constantly going to have to go in and adjust how you're doing it. And I would be like, oh, I just bought me a new couch or whatever, and I did it on credit, so now I have a new bill. I have to adjust what I'm doing. And it doesn't happen all the time, but throughout the year I have small adjustments that I have to make sure you're making those adjustments, because you don't want to keep budgeting for getting $3,000 a month and now your income is $1,500, because that same budget isn't going to work. That's not going to be the same. You're going to have to figure some stuff out. And so that's the biggest one. Be willing to and be ready to adjust, because like we said in the last one, life is full of surprises. So our fifth and final one is reward yourself.
Oh yes, see, that's my problem. That's what I be doing too much, rewarding myself, because you know me, I
didn't say spoil yourself. I said reward yourself. Rewarding yourself means, I met my 6-month goal.
6 months?
Yeah, like
I gotta wait 6 months?
Well, when you reward yourself, to me, rewarding yourself isn't a small thing.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm rewarding myself, maybe I was like, I am going to take $300. That's rewarding myself for me. If I'm gonna take $300 and just splurge,
like,
I'm gonna make it rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all doing? Because I'm about to go get my hair did. I'm gonna pamper myself. I'm gonna go get me a massage. Like, I'm gonna do a whole weekend where I'm just spending money.
Probably like buy me like a nice bag. I always like buying a nice bag, like a new bag.
Whatever it is that you have been kind of waiting for, and it doesn't necessarily always fit into that want category. Like, you can't make the money work, and you've been saving, you've reached your 6-month goal. Especially for my birthday, I always do it in March, where that little 5% that I normally put in my little surprise bank account, I take that and I go, I'm not gonna put anything in there. I don't want to take this 5% and ball out, because I was born this month and it's a celebration. Okay, wake up in the morning, champagne on my bedside. Hey,
okay, girl.
Like, that's what I do. I mean, not actually.
They're all for the same.
I don't
not in real life.
I treat myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna go and get myself something nice.
Yeah.
And so reward yourself. You don't want to feel like, I'm missing out on life because I'm saving. When you have those big wins, reward yourself, baby. That's what I do. So those are my quick 5 tips for 2021 for those who have those budgeting goals, trying to, be a new financial freedom. Yeah, I'm period. Period. I'm trying to move into financial freedom. Well, let me help you, baby. Yeah. Just call me Moses. This is the second time I referred to myself as Moses and Harriet. Like, I'm leading the people to freedom.
Whoa.
What would?
Moses, Harriet?
Yeah. I like to faction myself.
That's a bit much.
People say it's arrogance, but I call it knowing who I am.
So we hope y'all learned some budgeting tips. As you're going into the new year, you're setting your goals, trying to achieve your goals, because we here, girl, or guy, whatever.
Tell us some of your tips. I know that some of y'all out there budget and you keep track of your money. How do you do it? Like, let us know what you're doing, because you never know, that might be the one thing that helps somebody else along the way. So let us know what works best for you.
Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you
notification bell.
Yup. So you see me every time I pop up on the screen. And then make sure y'all are following us on all of our socials. Our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye.